the Viper 4567 here with another episode of the Attitude Era. This is episode 15. This is WWF in your house, no way out in Texas. So this was in the Compaq Center in Houston, Texas, of over 16,000. So this is the last excuse me, the last pay-per-view on the road to WrestleMania. So kind of stumbling away now on this series. Obviously Shawn Michaels is not on the card because of obviously what happened to him at the Royal Rumble with the back injury. So, which WWF at the time only started to say that he's back with sore only this week. I think only this weekend, that weekend of the pay-per-view, saying that he's back in training or something. So which is, no, I think they could have done this a little bit earlier, I thought, but sure, we can get to that later. The show itself was a little disappointing, if I'm being honest. Nothing really major really happened on this show, really. Nothing spectacular, so we'll get on with it. First match, the Headbangers defeat Marc, Mero and Goldust, or Maryland Dust, basically, in an okay opening match. I rated it at a star and a half. I thought can't really go any more than that, in my opinion. The crowd are shouting for Savio, so Mero gets on the mic and says, "Shut up" to the crowd. Mero goes to Luna. There's only room for one beautiful lady, and then he basically tells Savio to go to the back, which makes the crowd go mad. And as I said, Goldust dressed up as Marilyn Manson, basically. I think like Savio was so over back then. Like, she was probably one of the most over divas of all time. It's unreal. Mero then with some rights and lefts, hands, flying clothesline then from the second row from Thrasher. Nice back body drop then from Mosh. Thrasher goes to the top and Mosh goes to the second rope. And Thrasher grabs Mosh and launches him onto Goldust, which gets 2. Mosh then and Goldust fight on the outside. Nice drop kick then from Thrasher. Goldust goes low bridges Thrasher. He goes over the top rope and Luna attacks Thrasher. Goldust drops Thrasher into the steps, which that makes him bleed. Sleeper then by Mero, and then we hear Mero sucks chance. Mero chokes Thrasher with his tape. Sit down powerbomb gets 2 from Mero. DDT then from Thrasher. Thrasher gets the hot tag. Flapjack from the headbanger. Sable comes out. TKO from Mero. Sable wants Luna, then the headbang, do the old switcheroo. Inside cradle gets the win for the headbangers. And it takes the officials then to break up Luna and Sable, because obviously this match, obviously it's going to be Mero and Sable versus Goldust and Luna at WrestleMania. So obviously that's going to be setting up, which was cool, but still. And then Sable knocks Mero on his ass, which was funny. So yeah, a star and a half. Then we see Kevin Kelly and the Jackal talking about the Superstar line. £3 a minute for a call, which is fucking ridiculous, that is, back then. Owen Hart does not care who cares, replaces HBK and says Stone Cold stay out of his way and I will stay out of yours, basically. So yeah. Next then, Taka Michinoku defeats Pantera to retain his light heavyweight championship in a very good match. Really enjoyed this match. Sonny comes out to do guest ring announcer, I should say, which I don't get. Then Brian Christopher comes out to do commentary, which was shit. Nice spinning heel kick from Taka. Nice plancha from Pantera. Hurricane Rana also from Pantera. Springboard plancha then from Taka. 2 drop kicks from Taka. And then a right hand. Lovely head scissors then from Pantera from the top rope. 2 pay them from Pantera, and Taka goes into the guardrail. Nice backbreaker then from Pantera. Camel clutch then, and then Taka goes to the top ropes. Gets to the ropes and surfboard stretch them from Pantera. Pantera then back drops Taka over the top rope onto the floor. Pantera then with a suicide like dive, while you kind of make sure his head lands on the back of Taka, which was lovely. A dive with elbow then to the back from Pantera as well. 2-to-4 backbreaker then from Pantera. Hurricane Rana from the top ropes, also from him. Moonsault then gets 2. Pantera goes for another one but misses. Powerbomb gets 2 for Taka. Michinoku driver gets the win for Taka, and what was a really good match. I must say I enjoyed it. Then after the match, then Brian Christopher gets all mad and King goes to calm him down, and Taka just jumps on both of them. And then they try to corner him, but he runs into the crowd. So good match, 3 3/4 stars, no problem there. And then Kevin K talks to Chainsaw, Charlie and Cactus Jack, saying that tonight it's all about revenge. And Charlie says it's not funny. So, yeah. Then we have the Godwins defeating the Quebecers in a shit match. Not going to talk about this match really that much. Shoulder block from Henry. Double clothesline from Henry as well. This match is so bad that Jerry King Lawler and JR talk about Billy Clinton basically. Sunset Flynn Pin gets 2 for Jock. Clothesline gets the win, and then after the match the Godwins hit the Quebecers with their buckets. So, yeah. 1/4 star because I'm nice. Then we see the Outlaws talking to Doc Hendricks, and he wants to know who's the mystery partner. I said they don't know, and basically they want to be respected more, basically. They just want more respect and blah blah blah. So, next match, Bradshaw defeats Jeff Jarrett by disqualification, and for this match was for the NWA North American Championship. Shit, dud. I wanted to give this a 1/4 star, but I said to myself, bollocks, this match was terrible. Before the match, the ref gets rid of Barry Windham and the Rock and Roll Express, but Cornette can stay because he has a manager's license. Okay, fair enough. Bradshaw hits Jarrett with his leather chaps, which in front of the referee, which I did not get. That should have been a DQ there, but crowd in the last 2 matches have been absolutely fucking dead too. I must say, they were kind of hot and cold throughout the whole match, whole of the show. Bradshaw grabs Cornette, and then Jarrett basically grabs Cornette and Jarrett with a nice old meeting of the minds. A dropkick from Jarrett. Cornette chokes Bradshaw while the ref is distracted. Inside cradle gets 2 for Bradshaw. Cornette then hits Bradshaw in the knee with his tennis racket. Nice DDT then from Jarrett. Fallaway slam from Bradshaw. Jarrett hits Bradshaw with the racket, and that's what gets the DQ. And after the match, then Rock and Roll Express and Wyndham come down. They attack Bradshaw, but LOD come down to make the save. So yeah, not a really good match. Terrible actually. The last 2 matches have been absolute piss poor. The other one I gave a 1/4 star because I was being really fucking generous, but this one I'm not being generous whatsoever. A straight up dud. Don't want to see this again. And to be honest, I didn't really like the NWA, if I'm being honest anyway, so there you go. Then we see Michael Cole interviewing Triple H. He asks who's the mystery partner. He said everyone wants to be a part of DX, saying his phone has not stopped. HBK's phone has not stopped ringing. And he also said China's phone hasn't stopped ringing. There's no one that can basically replace HBK, and no one can take his place because he wants the match. But he doesn't care who WWF appoint as their tag team partner. They just want it to be 4-on-3. So then the DOA, Ahmed Johnson and Ken Shamrock defeat the Nation in a decent match. We see a funny interview with the Nation. Farouk is Rock is about to talk. Farouk kind of cuts him out, and Farouk starts talking. Rock is basically miming. He's like this: I'm the champ. And then he's miming when he attacked Shamrock on Raw like that. So it was so fucking fun. One of the best segments I've ever seen in a long time. Then we hear Rocky Sucks chant as soon as the match starts. Spinning heel kick from D'Lo on Skull. Then a spinning neckbreaker from Skull. Spinning reverse elbow from Shamrock. Lots of quick tags in this match. I actually kind of looked through. I think there was too many tags in my opinion. But three diving elbows from Chains. The crowd go nuts when Johnson gets tagged. So he goes face to face with Mark Henry, and they go at it, which I don't get. Johnson slams Henry. Frog splash then from D'Lo on Johnson. Spine buster then from Johnson on Farouk. Power slam gets 2 for 8 ball. Nice DDT for Rock gets 2 on Shamrock. Frog splash then from the second rope gets 2 for D'Lo. Rock with people's elbow, which still the crowd don't give a shit about, which is all fine. Rock goes low on 8 ball. D'Lo goes for a moonsault but misses it. Shamrock comes in, clean tails, belly to belly suplex on the Rock, armbar, and then an ankle lock and Rock taps out. So that gets the win for DOA, Johnson and Shamrock. So after the match, then Farouk and Rock kind of argue, and Farouk makes the Rock come back to the ring and do the Nation salute. So yeah, no problem with the match. It wasn't anything spectacular or anything, nothing really to really call home about. Obviously this is setting up for Shamrock versus the Rock at WrestleMania for the IC title. So I have no really problems with it. Excuse me. I don't really have any problems with the match really. It wasn't great. It wasn't bad and it wasn't great. We'll just say that. It was in between. It was kind of good. I'll give it 2 3/4 stars. No problem with that whatsoever. And so yeah, so one thing I do say about this pay-per-view though, it does kind of lead up to WrestleMania in a bit. You knew Shamrock and Rock are going to face each other. Obviously the first match you see Mero and Savio are going to take on Goldust and Luna. And obviously you're going to set up Shawn Michaels versus Austin. I know Shawn Michaels won't be at this pay-per-view, but still, it's setting up. And it's also setting up the New Age Outlaws versus Cactus Jack and Chainsaw Charlie as well. So like it does kind of does a job. It's just doing its job basically, the pay-per-view. Next then we get Kane versus Vader. And I must say, I actually enjoyed this match, actually, I must say. I know Vader dominated majority. No, really, Kane destroyed Vader, really, in this match. And same with Vader. Vader fucking, like, destroyed Kane, but it was still a pretty good match for a big man match. Clothesline from Kane. Kane rams Vader into the steps. Vader rams Kane then into the ring post. Kane then with a flying clothesline from the top rope. I think this is the first time I think this is either the first or second time he's ever done this at this point of his career. Kane with a nice suplex on Vader, which the commentators I thought they would actually do a little bit better on, because come on, like, Vader's 450 and Kane, yeah, fair enough, he's 326, but still considering. Another clothesline then from Kane. Kane with a power slam on Vader. Nice DDT by Kane. Clothesline from Vader, then a splash, and then Vader goes to the top rope and does a moonsault, and basically nearly straight away Kane just gets up. It's brilliant. Vader with a fire extinguisher, he uses it on Kane. Vader with a power bomb. Kane gets straight back. Kane sits up straight away nearly. Vader hits Paul Bearer, and then Kane chokeslams Vader, and the Tombstone gets the win. And then after the match, then Kane's probably a bit pissed off after the fire extinguisher, so he gets a wrench and smacks Vader in the face, which breaks his nose, I think. So I think Vader doesn't come back onto the over the edge, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So he doesn't really he comes back to face Kane at over the edge, I know for a fact. So yeah, nothing wrong with the match really. It just shows how fucking badass Kane was back in kind of the late 97, early 98. It's a shame though what Kane became though, kind of after kind of 2000. Kind of when he started to kind of get a bit of a personality really. Now I think Kane should have always been like this. I don't care, even as a face he could have been a dominant face, but I think kind of for about the first 2.5 years, 2.5 years of his career, Kane was like on fire, no pun intended there basically. But okay, so 2.5 stars, no problem at all with this match. Next then, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Mankind, Cactus Jack, Owen Hart and Chainsaw Charlie defeat Hunter Hearst Helmsley, the New Age Outlaws, and the mystery opponent. We finally find out who the mystery opponent is. Wait for it, is Savio fucking Vega. Yes, Savio Vega, of all people they could have chose. The crowd I did not give a fuck, and neither did the crowd. Like, I say a lot of people thought it could be someone maybe returning from another company or making a debut or etc, etc, etc. But Savio, this other guy's out there, man, for fuck's sake. Like, that's no disrespect to Savio Vega now. That's no disrespect. I just don't care really. But the match itself was a really good match of the night by a country mile. Massive brawl to start off with. Cactus with a trade to the face of Savio. Austin hits Road Dogg and Triple H with a trash can lid. Austin hits Triple H with a mop, then chokes him with it and then breaks it off his back, which was funny. Owen Hart puts Billy Gunn through a table, which is kind of held together on the ropes. Owen Hart then gets the sharpshooter on Billy Gunn, but Triple H breaks it up. Gunn hits Austin with a trash can lid over by the ring bell. Austin rams Gunn then into the guardrail. Triple H then with a nice DDT on Chainsaw, that gets 2. Owen Hart then with a sharpshooter on Road Dogg, but Owen Hart with the sharpshooter, but Road Dogg breaks it up with a chair to the back of the head of Owen. Road Dogg then powerbombs Chainsaw through 2 steel chairs, which was nice. Gunn then with a power pile driver on Chainsaw onto the trash can lid. Chainsaw has something to tag out. Gunn goes towards Austin Boss and just basically fucks a trash can at him and hits Gunn's head. And the knives of it was excellent, which was brilliant, absolutely fucking brilliant. Double arm TDT from Cactus gets 2. Missed dropkick then from Owen on Savio. Cactus with his famous clothesline. Gunn with a DDT on the outside on Cactus. Gunn hits then Cactus in the head with the steel steps. Savio wraps barbed wire around Cactus. The crowd actually didn't give 2 fucks about that. I noticed that actually. It's barbed wire for fucks. WWE at the time, or WWF I should say at the time, didn't have barbed wire. So I don't get, unless maybe some of these crowd have seen ECW, I don't know. But Triple H hits Cactus then with a chair. Gunn hits Road Dogg by mistake with the chair after Cactus obviously ducking. Austin then gets in, gets a stunner on Road Dogg, and that gets the win. After the match then Austin stuns Billy Gunn. Chyna confronts Austin. Austin then tries to ignore but Chyna pulls him back, and she also puts up the middle finger. Then she has an argument with the referee. She turns around and he's a stunner, so which was kind of fucking brilliant. So yeah, overall the match, I've really enjoyed this match. I must say it was really good. 3.5 stars. I have no problem giving that. So yeah, kind of the last 3 matches kind of saved the card from being completely and utterly terrible, because those fucking 2 middle matches were absolutely pathetic. So like yeah, so like this, they take out those 2 very bad matches. Even the opener wasn't that bad really, but it was just those 2 matches. If those 2 matches had been slightly better, this would have been a better show. But sure, look, what can you do? It only gets better from here on here anyway. So yeah, overall the show obviously, as I've said, wasn't great. So I'm going to give this a 4 out of 10. So I've been kind of thinking, I think I said this on a previous video, that I've wanted to do another kind of series, because obviously I have this one, I have Random Pay-Per-View, and I'm also doing Raw every Wednesday, but I'm just thinking of something to do on a Thursday, because no, some Thursdays I'm not as busy. I can be busy and then not busy, so I want to kind of keep myself kind of occupied. So I'm just thinking to myself, I might start doing WCW pay-per-view. I've never now, bearing in mind I've never watched WCW. Really, I don't think I've really watched many WCW shows. I've watched bits of the first ever one and the last ever one, but it's just I was never a WCW guy. If I'm being completely honest here, I can't even watch TNA if I'm being honest. Like, I tried to watch TNA last week and I had to turn it off. I just don't know. I've just not watched enough of it. So, but what I'm going to do is, I'm thinking of doing WCW, and I'm going to watch the first episode maybe tonight or whenever. Yeah, because I'm not going to do this now for another little while. And I might do, like, what I might do is, I might do the episodes of Nitro plus a pay-per-view in the same video. So we say like the last Nitro of a month along with the pay-per-view, so etc etc. So I'll get back to you on that. Either that or I'll do something else. I might even do ECW. Then again, ECW might not be. I might actually have a look around for ECW. I don't know yet, because I was thinking of doing TNA, but I'd have to watch the pay-per-views as well. So like, I just don't really want to be watching too many big pay-per-views, because I have Elimination Chamber next week to do. So I don't want to be doing anything too kind of much in terms of pay-per-views. So that's enough of me rambling on about that. So overall, as I said, 4 out of 10. I wouldn't really go out your way to watch the show, but if you want to watch it as maybe a collection, you might have only one 98 video you've not watched, go watch it, like, and see what you think. So my next video will be obviously Raw on Wednesday. So I will talk to you guys soon. Please subscribe, comment and like. So I will talk to you guys soon. So take it easy, guys.